Hello guys, this is Dagolb, and in today's video I want to try and help you build your own customized system for Counter-Strike 2 and or maybe just to replace some of the parts of your existing system to get even better performance on your old machine. But mostly I will be focusing on building a new PC from the scratch. Um, in these days you don't have to build it yourself. Some of the vendors will assemble the system for you from your selected parts for a little bit of additional price, maybe 50 bucks or something like that. But it is much better value than to buy a pre-built system, because pre-built systems often have just one or two parts which are good, and the rest of the system is basically junk. So I want to help you navigate through sea of parts, basically, because there are a lot of components on the market. Also, I decided to do this because when I was browsing and searching for some comprehensive advice on how to build a system for Counter-Strike 2 or Counter-Strike Go prior to that, I couldn't really find anything, and it bothers me for quite some time. And I want to use my knowledge and experience in computer hardware to help you with that. So you may question what makes me qualified to do that. I am contributing, and I was contributing even more in the past to numerous PC forums. Also, I wrote a guide on power supplies specifically, and I have been posting on Tom's Hardware for more than 10 years. And also, I live in Slovakia, also on some of the domestic PC forums in our country. I will be listing. I will be using PC Part Picker basically, because that's the easiest tool to assemble your system and also to compare prices on numerous vendors. Those of you who live in Slovakia or Czech Republic, just like me, are familiar with alza.sk or alza.cz. It's the most common vendor in our countries and most reliable, basically. So I will not be comparing prices in Slovakia on Alza and on the sites like Newegg, because they are different. You can find different deals. Some of the parts may have better prices and make more sense to buy in our country versus USA, etc. But I will be focusing on prices from Newegg, Amazon, and basically using exclusively PC Part Picker for this video. What's good about this tool is it will also not allow you to make mistakes in your build, basically, because it will straight up tells you if something is not compatible, if something is wrong. Also, it will pre-select parts based on, for example, you want an Intel processor with 1700 socket. It will not allow you to choose any other motherboard than that specific socket for the CPU. So that's really good. Even for beginners, it is customer friendly, user friendly. So yeah, that's why I'll be using it. And we will be doing numerous price points from really cheap systems, basic systems, to more expensive ones, and basically all the way up to the high end. But mainly the cheaper ones, because that's really where you need the most help. Because if you have like an unlimited budget, you can just buy a pre-built system with latest and greatest parts, and you can just turn it on and game on it. Also, if you are just casual gamer or don't want to play this game specifically, you can just buy a console and be done with it. Basically, you are guaranteed to get a smooth gaming experience and stable FPS. But for CSGO or CS2, you can't really do that, so you need a customized system. This game is also very specific in terms of demands on some of the parts. What works for some other games may not necessarily work for CS2 or CSGO before that. So yeah, that's why I want to help, and that's why I want to basically help you to build your own system. So yeah, I hope I can help you guys, and let's get into those builds. Here we have our first build of the video. I would say, guys, treat this just as an emergency build, because really this is the bare minimum to allow you to play this game at all if you want to play, if you want to build your system from the brand new parts. RTX 3050 is not a really great video card, and it will allow you to play only at mid to low settings if you want 200 and more FPS, and you want those FPS in this game. The more you can get, the better. The processor is just a quad core, but it is the quad core with good single core performance and perfectly capable of handling this game. It would handle a more powerful video card than RTX 3050, and I would encourage you guys to look for a second-hand video card. If you only have 650 in your pocket to build your system, build everything else new, brand new, but look for a second-hand video card, because even something like RTX 2070 will give you much better experience, much better performance overall. So this is really just an emergency build, coupled with 16 gigs of DDR5 memory. At least it has this going for it. It is a DDR5 platform, so you can upgrade to more powerful stuff in the future. You can put i5, i7 processors in there in the future. But as it is, really, this is just a starting point, and our next build will be really the sweet spot for minimum requirements I would go for in terms to play this game seriously. So let's see it, guys. We have our second build of this video here, guys, and this is no longer just a bare minimum system that should allow you to play this game at all, but this already will give you smooth enough experience provided you use reasonable settings and reasonable presets. We have a 5600X processor here, which is basically the minimum for smooth experience in this game, and we also have a much more powerful graphics card here, which is even more important. We have a 6650 XT from AMD, and you no longer need to look at second-hand parts and second-hand components, because this video card will perform on par almost with RTX 2080, which is a high-end media product from 2 generations ago. It will perform almost the same in Counter-Strike 2. It will give you more than 200 FPS at high presets in this game. And we also have 35 gigs of fast DDR4 memory in this system, and also a very good quality motherboard, coupled with 750-100 watt power supply. And this system will perform really great. So we have our next build here, and if you ask me, guys, if you are working with $1,000 or something around that range and you are on that budget, look no further. This is the build for you, perfect build for you for Counter-Strike 2, because now it allows us to upgrade to 5700 X3D processor, and this X3D technology from AMD makes all the difference in gaming in general, but mostly in Counter-Strike 2 as well. It keeps not only the average FPS but also the minimal FPS at the very high level, and coupled with 32 gigs of fast DDR4 memory and with RTX 4060, it will give you really the sweet spot performance in this game at 1080p and really smooth gameplay all around. I chose to go with 8 gigs version of RTX 4060 because for Counter-Strike 2 8 gigs is more than enough, and of course if you want to play other games, go with a 16 gigs version, or you can go at that point with Radeon 7700 XT, which is a 12 gig video card, and it will allow you to play other games, and it performs slightly better in other games on average than RTX 4060. It is only slightly more expensive than the 8 gigs version of 4060, so if you know you will be playing other games, just go with 7700 XT. It will do just nicely. Also in CS2 they perform almost the same basically. Other than that, we put 850 100 watt power supply in here just to be safe in terms of future upgrades. If you want to put more powerful video card in here in the future, you will be free to do so. But only downside of this platform overall is you will not be able to upgrade to anything better in terms of processor in the future. So once the 5700 X3D will no longer be enough, you will have to sell all your system as it is and just build a brand new one. So yeah, that's the only downside of this system, but otherwise this is the single best system for the money, for the $1,000 you can buy at this moment. Let's get into our next build, guys. this is our next build, and it is also the second most expensive build of this video. As you guys may have noticed, I've upgraded to IM5 platform and to 7700X processor, which is slightly slower in CS2 compared to 5700X 3D, because the X3D cache gives 5700 processor a slight edge in CS2, but 7700X will still perform great. It is a great mid-range processor, and you will have much more freedom to upgrade your platform in the future with also the new upcoming processor from AMD. And this system will overall also perform better because we were able to put a more powerful video card in here. So we have 460 Ti in this build, 16 gigs version this time, so it will give you more freedom to play any other games, more demanding games, upcoming games which may use more than 8 gigs of video memory. And in terms of other parts, we stay more or less the same. Of course, we have to upgrade to DDR5 memory because of IM5 platform. So we have 32 gigs of DDR5 memory in here. So yeah, this system is really kind of a sweet spot for CS2, and it will still not cost more than $1,300. So this is our final and the most expensive and most high-end build of this video, guys. You cannot find any better processor for gaming than this Ryzen 7 7800X3D. It is a bit pricey for 8-core CPU, but it is just the best on the market right now for gaming overall. We also have a brand new AMD chipset in this build, X870. So latest and greatest AMD can offer, and still within a reasonable price. It will make your upgrades in the future even more easier. We have 2 terabytes of fast Western Digital Black storage unit in this build. So you can also add more storage if you want. Maybe another 2 terabyte drive as a secondary drive, or even bigger. But as a primary drive, 2 terabytes will do fine. This is a really good and really fast M.2 drive. When it comes to case, I upgraded even further to this Lion Lee Lancool Mesh C. It is a very spacious and very good quality case. It will accommodate basically anything you can throw in it, and it is overall very good case. When it comes to power supply, as I was mentioning before, I stick to XPG core reactor. This time I throw in a 1000 watt version because it is only slightly more expensive compared to 850 watt version, and this build is already pushing beyond 500 watts under load, so this processor and this video card will require more power, but still it will still operate around 50 to 60% of its capacity, so best possible efficiency and performance from your power supply. And as for the video card, 4070 Super will be basically as much as you need for this for CS2. It will play this game at around 400 FPS in all situations, along with this processor. Overall, very smooth, very good gaming performance. So you can of course put a 4080 in your system, or 4090 even, but there is no reason for the purposes of this game. For CS2, 4070 Super will be more than enough. So yeah, these are all the builds for today, and I hope this was helpful for you guys, and see you guys next time. Dark Globe signing off for now.